Hey, everybody. Welcome. This is Carnivorous Grandma Speaks. My name is Robin Heron, and I am your Carnivorous Grandma. And today I'm in my kitchen because we are going to be cooking. I was like, let's try something different today. It's been a while since I did a cooking video. And so I had something different that I was doing today. And I'm like, let me just come in and show you guys what I'm up to. So, welcome to Carnivorous Grandma Speaks. I have two cameras set up here in my kitchen, and I am going to try to see if we can make this thing do what it does. So, got a little bit of an echo here. You guys can let me know if y'all can hear that in the background when I start seeing people coming in. All right, so we're going to be making some seafood today. Actually, my daughter is allergic to seafood, so you can't even cook fish in the house with her in the home. So she is away for her birthday today, and so I'm like, let's cook some fish. So yeah, we can't even cook fish in the house when she's here. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let me know when you come in if you can hear me. And here's what I'm fixing. I've got this is a wild caught ocean perch. Yeah, wild caught ocean perch. And then I have some shrimp and some sea scallops. And we're gonna fry all this stuff up. And I'm gonna show y'all how I'm doing that. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put some gloves on. So first of all, it's been a minute since I was in here cooking. I've not done anything in my kitchen in ages, like cooking and doing a video at the same time. Welcome. Come right on in. I'm cooking tonight, so let me know where you guys are watching from. And we're going to go ahead and get started with cooking this. Now, I know that sometimes people are curious, how are we cooking food for carnivore? And so tonight we're going to make some delicious fried carnivore foods. So I am watching the chat over here. So let me know where you're watching from. Again, we're going to season this up first of all. So what I have here is I have some perch. And then I have some sea scallops and I have shrimp. And we are going to fry all of this tonight in some beef tallow. And it's going to be delicious and crispy and wonderful. So do you guys like to cook? I just realized I don't have any napkins in the kitchen. No paper towels. Like, what? How are we functioning? Let's see, what do we got? What is this going on in here? These are gloves. Yes. Oh, y'all, you guys, it's so funny. The trolls are here. So, hey, trolls, welcome to the party. We're cooking tonight. So I'm using my Redmond's Real Seasoned Salt. And that is what I'm going to be seasoning up my stuff with. I'm seasoning everything the same way. I love this stuff. To me, it tastes like gold. Absolutely delicious. And so I'm just going to season everything up. I always say, make sure you season both sides of your food. Don't have it seasoned on one side and not seasoned on the other side. So we're going to flip everything over and we will season up the other side. One other thing that I have over here is I have a beautiful ribeye, and so we're going to cook that as well. And this is going to be wonderful. As I was saying, the reason why I cannot cook any seafood in my house on the normal basis is because somebody's coming in from Pearland, Texas. Hi, Rosalind. Thank you for coming by. So glad that you're here. All right, we're going to season up the other side of this. We might have to get some more of this out because I just was cooking. We're having a fundraiser at my church tomorrow. I'll be right back. But we're having a fundraiser And the fundraiser that we're having is a soup supper. So I was looking at what kind of soups we're having tomorrow. This is my big thing of Redmond's real seasoned salt. And I'm just going to fill this a little bit so we can have a little bit more. And I realized, okay, so if I want something there for the carnivore to be able to eat, then I need to bring a soup. So I'm making and I have a recipe for this up on my channel. So if you guys are looking for it, it's called chicken noodle soup. And it's really where it's chicken soup, but the chicken is the noodles. So we don't use any pasta, right? And I'm not a huge fan of those like egg white pastas and stuff like that. So you just boil the chicken and then you pull it, or you can bake the chicken and you just pull the chicken and then you put it back in and it makes a delicious, delicious soup. So I'll be having that for the soup supper tomorrow. But anyway, so this is my fish and my scallops and my shrimp. It's all seasoned up. Before I get ready to fry this, though, I'm going to have to dip this in some egg and make my little batter, my little breading stick. So I got some eggs here somewhere. Here they are. I'm going to just beat up 2 eggs in this little pan, and then we'll start breading this fish. So again, my daughter's allergic to fish. So I'm having a fish and seafood feast while she's away because yes, why not? And I love fish. And when she was a kid, I used to make fish in the house. I would send her outside and I would make the fish inside the house, and she would have to stay out until the fish, smell got out of the house. But as she got older, the more she was exposed to fish, the more allergic she got, to the point where she had to go, she had anaphylactic shock. She had to go to the emergency room and all of that business. So I stopped cooking fish altogether. And so my daughter and her children are staying with us right now while she is looking to buy a house. So she's saving up to buy a house. And so I can't cook fish. And I love fish. Do you guys enjoy fish and seafood? I really, really, really enjoy that. So this is going to take a little time. We'll be here for about an hour. And so hopefully you guys will hang out and see what's going on. I'm putting a little bit of seasoned salt in here. And I'm going to dredge these pieces of seafood, except for the scallops. I don't dredge the scallops. They will just be fried as they are. Okay, so that's my egg wash. And then for my breading, I'm going to be using, this is ground up pork rinds. I took some pork rinds and I put them in my Ninja blender and blended those up. I do want to grab a plate so I can put these on something when I get them dredged. So let me grab that. Okay. Little pan here. Typically when I do this, I like to do it like a couple of hours early so that I can have time to put this in the refrigerator for a while. I feel like when you refrigerate it, oh, my hair is coming out. When you refrigerate it, it fries up better, but we're going to just go with what we got today. So I'm going to dip this in the egg wash, and then I'm going to put it in the breading and just kind of pat that breading on here. And I'll show you what that looks like. So this is how it looks when it's breaded. If you can put it in the refrigerator for a while, it really makes it, makes the breading stick really well. And also it makes it fry up so nice. It fries up really, really nice. So this is going to make a delicious, crispy fried fish And so I haven't had perch in a long time. Does anybody eat perch or like perch? Tell me what the flavor is like on it. All right, so I'm just dipping these in the egg wash and then over here in my pork rinds. So we're going to see if we have enough pork rinds. We're going to go with what we got because you can also cook these naked. You don't have to have a batter on or a breading on top of them. And so this is a purely carnivore fish. It's going to be cooked in beef tallow. So we'll do a little shallow fry on this, and we'll, it's going to be good. It's going to be crispy and it's going to be delicious. Yeah, I don't have enough pork rinds, but that's okay. We're going to just naked fry the rest of this. Okay. So you can do the same thing with your shrimp. You can bread them but I'm going to make them like a butter shrimp. So they will not be breaded. They'll just be butter fried. And as you guys, if you watch my channel, you know I can't tolerate cheese at all. One other thing you can do is you can add some Parmesan cheese to this breading, and that makes it really nice also. And so that's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. All right, so that's pretty much how you put together your egg wash and then your pork rind panko. And then we're going to get ready to start frying this stuff up. So I'm going to switch to my other camera. Let me know if you have any questions. And also let me know where you are watching from. So somebody said, find some gloves. Don't ask that because oh my gosh. Okay, then get some better internet. I can't even see. I don't know why you can't see me. Is it because of my lighting? Yeah, my windows in my kitchen are like right behind me. So anyway, we're going to switch to the other camera and we're going to go over to the stove and get ready to start frying. And I will show you what is going on over there. So let me bring that up. I won't be able to see Okay. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Let me know. Thank you, Womp Womp. You didn't have to be such a jerk about it, but yeah, okay. I'm aware. I'm going to go and fix that. Hold on. There we go. So let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Yeah, I'm having some issues because I'm trying to use two devices at the same time. So let me see if I can't fix this up. Thank you, Womp Womp. I appreciate that. Let's see if we can't get this going. Okay. So now you guys can see my stove. Give me a thumbs up if you can see the stove. Okay, so you can see that my beef tallow is melting in the pan. We're gonna get this nice and hot. And then we are going to fry up this, fish first. Okay. All right, let me get a glove. How many of you guys out there eat fried fish? Do you like it? We want to be really gentle with this. Like I said, we typically do, when I make the fried fish, I like to put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours so the breading stays on better. But we don't have time for that today. So we're going to go ahead and just pop these in here. I'm turning my heat down a little bit because I don't want them to cook too fast. Just be super gentle. Okay? And we'll put this in. Let those fry. Okay, so we're going to have some of these that are battered and some of them that are not, because I didn't have enough pork rind panko that was already, ground up. So when you make sure you make enough pork rind panko when you're doing this, when you want to fry food. You can do this same technique with, like I said, you can do your shrimp that way. You can do your chicken, anything that you would fry. Like I've done chicken fried steak this way with the pork rind panko, and it's been super, super good. So if you're looking for a carnivore way to cook your fish or your whatever you're frying, you can definitely utilize this method. So I'm going to be super careful because I don't want to knock all the breading off of here. If you refrigerate it for a couple of hours, it will actually make the breading stay on better. But we don't have time for that today. What's everybody up to this weekend? Are you guys, what are you guys doing? Let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to have to try to figure out my kitchen setup a little bit better because I usually typically just record my videos, but today was go live day and I'm like, let's go live and make some food. Let's cook. So do you guys enjoy cooking? Let me know. I'm curious. I am curious. All right. So in order to make this so it doesn't like go crazy and fall all off, I'm flipping it with 2 forks. It's not quite brown enough. I like it to be a little more brown. So we'll let that cook a little bit longer and it'll brown up a little bit better. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my skillet ready for my steak. This is my cast iron skillet, and I need to prepare it to cook the steak. Maybe we'll cook it in a different skillet, so we don't have to deal with washing dishes right now. So what are you guys having for dinner? Anything good? Ah, there we go. Now they're cooking nice and brown. Can you guys see that? I know I got a little bit of an echo going. Sorry about that. They're getting a little bit more brown. Just be really careful with flipping them if you have not let them sit in the refrigerator to, you know, get that batter to adhere better. But this is super good, you guys. If you guys like fried fish, this is a super technique to try for your carnivore fried fish. So what's everybody doing this weekend? Anybody doing anything fun? Am I still getting an echo? Let me know. It sounds like it. Okay. All right, I turned that off because I'm getting a weird echo, but I'm going to turn you guys around over here and let's see if we can't get this to show you what I'm doing from my computer instead of my phone. So sorry about that. Anywho, who's still here? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you are in the chat. Say hello. Tell me something good. What's going on this weekend? What are you guys up to? So let me see if I can flip this around. Doesn't give me the best view. All right, but you get the idea. I tell you, I can't see from over here. Oh, Galen. Hey, Galen. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I know I was having some weird echo going on, so that's not right. Just flipping this back over. Does anybody eat perch? I used to eat it when I was a kid. My dad fished all while I was growing up. And, I used to go fishing with him and we did all of the things. And we used to fish for bluegill when I was a kid. And oftentimes we would go ice fishing when I was young. And I'll tell you guys a story. We went ice fishing. The last time I went ice fishing, my dad took me and basically I caught a fish that got itself off of the hook, crawled across the ice, and jumped back in the water. And I said, okay, that is it. I'm done with ice fishing, and I never went ice fishing again. So that was enough for me. I'm like, it's too much scary stuff in the lake. I can't really deal with that. All right, these are done. So I'm gonna cook these other pieces naked, actually. And then we're gonna go to cooking the shrimp and scallops. This is not my favorite pan. I really like to cook in cast iron. That's my favorite, but my cast iron is not ready. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? This right here is the soup I was just telling you guys about. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fry these also. These are gonna be naked fried. We'll compare them and see which ones are better. So those are gonna fry up. We'll move right along. We'll do the shrimp and the scallops and the steak. So what are you guys having for dinner today? Anything good? Like, I am excited about this seafood. Let me see if I can get a napkin. How do you go in the kitchen and don't have no paper towels? That ain't right. That doesn't really work well for me. I use paper towels a lot, so kind of crazy not to have any in here. All right, let me show you guys this fish. it's hot. Let me get a nap. I'm gonna pull it and let you guys see what it looks like. Whoop. That's how it looks. And we'll give it a little taste. It's so good. Oh my gosh. It reminds me of my childhood. My dad used to fish, like I said, for bluegill and perch. Sometimes we would get. I just remember like when I went fishing with him and how different fish would bite on the line. And perch was always a super gentle fish. It would like nibble at your line. But we would catch them and they would be so delicious. Just like this. It tastes super good. Do you guys like perch? This is wild caught perch. Ocean perch, I think it said on the bag. So good. Wow. So that's the one with the breading on it. And then I'll show you guys once I get these ones that are not breaded cooked up. I'll taste that and let you guys know how that is. Tell you which one is better. So they're breaded with pork rind panko, and they're dipped in an egg wash and crispy, and just that, that crunchy fried fish thing that you are looking for. That's exactly what you're going to get when you use this technique of cooking your fried fish with the pork rind panko. It's really, really good. Where did I get it? So this is wild caught ocean perch. I think I got it from Gordon Foods. Do you guys have Gordon's where you are? I need to just quickly tuck my hair in and then wash my hands because hair out. I don't want that. I'm going to tuck the hair in and then I'm going to go over here and wash my hands because messing with hair and food together does not go together. Yep, I'm pretty sure I got it from Gordon's, Galen. So, all right. We're going to flip this camera back around so you guys can see the fish frying. And I know people are going in and out. Sorry that I have this weird setup here because basically I couldn't figure out how to make my audio do the right thing. Yeah, so these are the ones that are unbreaded. I just did not have enough of my pork rind panko to fry them. So we're trying that and we're going to see how that is. So, oh yeah, if you got Gordon's, it's, if I had it here, I would show you the bag, but it's just wild caught. And I think it said ocean perch. Turn this up a little bit. It's cooking slow. I don't like that. I want it to fry and get kind of crispy. So I turned it down. Now I need to turn it back up. So today I went out to Sam's Club, and what I realized right now is that, first of all, go to Sam's Club on Saturday morning if you have Sam's Club in your area, because you can catch the sales and catch the markdowns at Sam's Club on Saturday morning if you are going to Sam's Club. What I realize right now is that beef is crazy expensive right now. Have you guys had that same experience in your area where the beef is just, it's like ungodly expensive right now? Because I wanted to get I really kind of wanted to get a whole ribeye or a whole New York strip or a whole chuck roll, something like that, and cut it up and put in my freezer. But the per pound price is so much more than what I was expecting. So last year, this time, the chuck roll was like $4 and something cents a pound. And now it's like 7 something a pound. That is just crazy. It's too expensive. So what kind of beef are you eating? Like with the cost of beef being so high right now, what kind of beef are you eating? Are you eating a lot of hamburger, or are you, how are you managing with your carnivore? Are you eating beef right now? I have been eating a lot of chicken. Chicken seems to be fairly reasonable. Um, but I was gonna go to Gordon's Foods and get the large roll, that log roll. Um, did you guys know that hamburger is over $5 a pound, like $5 or $6 a pound? That is just so crazy to me. I can't believe it's that expensive. So are you having that same thing in your area where the beef is just kind of ungodly expensive? So I try to catch the meat when it's on sale. I use an app. The app is called Flip, FLIPP. And the Flip app will tell you when things that you are interested in go on sale. So I have like ribeye in there. I have steak, any kind of steak, really. And then I have chicken, chicken legs, chicken thighs, chicken breasts, all those kinds of things as well in my Flip app so that I can watch for the sales to happen, because it's really, really costly right now to eat beef. So I'm monitoring the sales. So hopefully you guys are catching some good deals on beef. I like to work with my local farmer, and honestly, the per pound price, if you can afford to buy a whole or a half or even a quarter or an eighth of a cow, it's gonna really add up to some savings. But you got to save up to do that, right? So unless you got like $1,000 just sitting aside for your meat, then you probably got to save up. And that, I know that that's me. I need to save up. Okay, so let me show you what these look like. They're not as crispy, but this is how they look. This is the unbreaded ones. Again, this is wild caught ocean perch from Gordon's Foods. And as soon as that cools down a little bit, I'll give it a little taste for you and let you know how it is. Okay, so that's the fish. And we're gonna move along and do I'm gonna get rid of this grease, and then we're gonna move along and do our shrimp and sea scallops. And then we're gonna go ahead and cook that steak and eat. All right. So let me get a little bowl out of here so I can put this grease somewhere. It's hot, so I don't want to put it, I don't want to put it in anything that's going to melt. So I'm putting it in this glass dish. I typically save my beef tallow. If I'm cooking chicken, I will cook chicken again in the beef tallow that I cooked chicken in before. I clean my beef tallow as well. I can tell you how I do that. If you're interested, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and I will let you know how I clean my beef tallow. So I usually would save this, but not if I'm cooking fish, because again, my daughter is allergic to fish, so I can't leave the fish grease in the house. I have to get rid of it. All right, so we're gonna cook this shrimp in butter. So let me grab me some butter, and we'll go for that. If we got some butter in here. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I think my butter is outside. So hold the phone. I'll be right back. Don't leave. I'm going to go grab some butter. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. I wanted to show you this fish. Since I went outside, I figured I might as well bring the fish in here and let you guys see what the bag looks like. This is the Gordon's Foods wild caught ocean perch. And so that's the fish that we've been cooking today. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my eye going again. And we'll put some of this butter in the pan for the shrimp. So for shrimp, I really enjoy shrimp with Parmesan cheese, but I can't tolerate any cheese. Like the cheese is not my friend. I just cannot have cheese at all. When I eat cheese, it makes my hands blister up. And so that's really not worth it to me to actually eat the cheese because I found out that it really exacerbates my eczema. So if you have eczema and you deal with, skin breakouts and stuff like that, a consideration could be that it might be dairy. So that's something to think about. I remember going to the doctor and having the doctor tell me that this issue that I was having with eczema was not food related. They were very certain. Multiple doctors told me that eczema was not food related. And come to find out, it was all about the foods that I was eating. Certainly dairy was a problem. And I was using heavy cream in my coffee. I was eating all the cheese because cheese is delicious. So I was, when I started carnivore, if you guys watch some of my old videos, you'll see that I was eating cheese on everything and having that heavy cream in my coffee every day. And come to find out, it's really like it makes my skin boil. Can you believe that? It makes my skin actually boil. I'm just putting this little rusted bit of this tallow that's on the spoon in here to go with my butter. We can't waste a drop of beef tallow because beef tallow it's so expensive. I think this jar of tallow costs about $10 or $12. This is Wagyu tallow anyway, so it's going to be more expensive. But Steak and Shake sells these. So if you guys have Steak and Shake in your area, go over to Steak and Shake and pick this up. Or, you can buy it online. I like to make my own. I like to render my own tallow from like beef brisket. My stepdad does a lot of beef brisket, so I get a lot of beef fat that way. And then also, if you get a whole ribeye, you get ribeye fat trimmings. If you can get ribeye fat trimmings from your grocery store, those make really good beef tallow. Rendering your own is so nice. So, did you guys say you wanted to hear about how I clean my fat? If you use it and you want to clean it and continue to use it, you can do that. It's really easy. So there's a couple of different methods that you can use to do that. I like to do the water method, which is where you put your tallow into a crock pot and then you add water to it. And then you basically cook it. You cook it for, I don't know, a long time. You cook it for a long time. And then some of the water will cook out. But what you do is you put it into your glass jars, put it in the refrigerator, seal it up, and turn it upside down. When you do that, the water will be on the bottom and the grease will be on the top. And I'll show you some of the ones that I just did recently. So this is chicken tallow that I did. And what I did was I just put in the crock pot. I put the water in it. I didn't try to clean this all the way. I just kind of wanted to get that, the excess dregs, what you call it, off of it. And then I poured it into these little jars. I sealed it up. and then I put it in the refrigerator upside down. And what happened was the water was on the bottom. So I might have had a layer like this of water. And then when you take it out, you pour that water off. And then if you want to do it again, you can take it and put it back in the crock pot, add more water to it and do it again. And you can really, really get it all the way clean. But for me, I just wiped a little bit of crumbs off of the top of it. And now I have chicken fat that I can use for frying chicken. I save generally all of my grease from all the different things that I make. And so I make, if I make chicken or if I make bacon, I save the grease. Now, my daughter and her kids who live with me do not eat pork. What? They don't eat pork. So I have a ton of bacon grease. I even had to go to like throwing away bacon grease because it just was not making sense for me to keep all of it and not be able to use it for anything. So I can't use it for frying, but frying chicken wings, naked chicken wings in bacon grease is so good. Do you remember back in the day? Now, I know my grandmother used to do this when I was a kid. She had on her back of her stove a bacon grease jar, and they saved bacon grease and used it for seasoning and used it for cooking and all of that. And we got away from that thinking that it was bad for us because, saturated fat and all that jazz. But come to find out, saturated fat is better for you than the toxic seed oils. So when I think about toxic seed, I'm going to show y'all. I got some at my house here. This right here, don't use this. Don't use this. Okay? This is vegetable oil. Toxic. It is toxic. So you don't want to use that. You see how much time do I have? I got 15 minutes. We're going to get it done. So I'm going to show you guys what the shrimp looks like. It is ready. Let me taste this fish for you, though. I'm going to go ahead and give this a little taste. This is a naked fish. It's good. Oh, my God. They are both good. Delicious. Wow. Which one do I like better? I don't know. I think I like the crunchy from the pork panko. Really nice. Really, really nice. So good. All right. Let me show you what this shrimp looks like. Okay. So that's the shrimp. We're going to take that out. They're ready. We got 15 minutes to get this meal finished. All right, so the shrimp's coming out, and the next thing that's going down in this pan is going to be the sea scallops. Now, as far as your ribeye is concerned, you can cook your ribeye in the air fryer. You can cook it on the stove. Cast iron is really nice. And I love my cast iron skillet, right? But today, my cast iron skillet is not being my friend because it's not clean. All right, so we're gonna put a little more butter in this pan. So carnivore is a high-fat way of eating. It's high fat. So when you look at me adding butter, adding tallow, cooking my meat in these fats, it's because carnivore is a high-fat way of eating. And if you think about shrimp and fish and, things like chicken breasts, if you were doing chicken breast tenders or something like that, those are all very lean. So these are my sea scallops. I just have like 6 of these. And I wish I would have brought 12 of them instead of just 6 because I love sea scallops. But they was expensive. So that's why I only bought 6. They were really expensive. So, y'all, the food is just, I mean, the prices of the food is just out of control right now. Don't you think? Would you agree? All right. Here's my little steak. So, this whole meal I'm splitting with my husband. We're going to split it half and half. So, he's going to get a little bit of this steak. This is a boneless beef ribeye steak. This steak, my sister gave it to me, and I appreciate her so very much. And but let me tell you, this steak was $21.99 a pound. $21.99 per pound. So the size of the steak is 0.79. So it's 17.99, 17.37 for the steak. So we're going to go ahead and get this ready. This is going to be the last thing we cook. It's only going to cook for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes at the most. And so we're going to season this up. Again, I'm using my Redmond's Real seasoned salt. And we're just going to season this little baby up. Y'all season both sides of your meat, okay? Season your meat on both sides. Do I go to Aldi? I do not regularly go to Aldi, but every now and then I will find myself at Aldi. Aldi has something called a lamb, I think it's called a breastplate. And that thing is so good. It is so delicious. So I really like to get that from Aldi. We're flipping. These don't take very long to cook at all. And you definitely don't want to overcook them. So, sea scallops, absolutely delicious. Do you guys enjoy sea scallops? What questions do we have in here? I see. Let me come over because I can't see from over here. It's so far away. Years ago, my great grandmother from Jamestown, Virginia, Summit me the first recipe called taco soup made by the Indian tribal people. I want to know if you can make that in a recipe. The taco soup. Is it carnivore? Carnivore taco soup? Let me know if it's carnivore, Danny. If it is, we'll give it a shot. I will look for a recipe. We'll make it up sometime. That will be fine. I think that would be good. I absolutely would do it. I would have to look it up though, see the Native American version of this taco soup. So I would be definitely willing to give it a shot. Probably not carnivore. Well, let me look around and see if I can find something. And then if I do, I'll come back and we'll make it up. Okay? If it's keto, if it's something I can do that's keto or carnivore, I will be happy to make it. I don't eat keto anymore, but I like to cook keto because I got grandkids here who live in the house with me. And I have my husband here who's not all the way carnivore. So definitely, it could be beneficial to make some dishes that are not carnivore all the way. But I will definitely look it up and see if I can find a recipe for that. All right. So these are done. I'm going to show you what they look like. This is the sea scallops. Oh, it's dripping. Do you love sea scallops? I love it. Okay, so it is carnivore. We will definitely do it then. Absolutely. Be happy to do it. So maybe next time I come live to do a cooking show, we will be making this taco soup. It's probably got cheese, which I can't tolerate, but my people like it. My people eat cheese. So that's that. All right, we're going to get ready to cook this steak and we will be done. We will be done. So let me clean my skillet again. Get some napkins. And we'll clean the skillet. Let's see, where's my thing at? Here it is. Okay, we're almost there, you guys. Let me get my little bowl for my grease. So since I'm not keeping this grease, I'm going to go ahead and just combine them together. If I was going to keep the grease, I wouldn't combine them this way. So did you guys get your question answered? Do you guys all understand how I make that, how I clean my grease? Because that is a really effective way let me show you guys some, while I'm getting this steak cooked, I'll show you guys some of the bacon grease that I made into lard. It was pretty impressive, actually. I was shocked at how nice it came out. It took quite a process to do it, but you can get your bacon grease clean, all the way clean, no smell to it, and actually just turn it into lard, which is pretty awesome, actually. Okay, so here's my skillet. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of grease in here. So for my ribeye, I'm gonna use beef tallow in this skillet. Now you can cook that, you can cook this ribeye without any grease at all, for sure. You don't need to have grease with it, but I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of beef tallow here. Just a tinge of beef tallow. Do you guys like to cook? Does anybody in here like to cook? See, I used to be the person who would go to the library and get books on various kinds of cuisines, you know, Asian cuisines and Indian and Italian and whatever I could think of. I even did like some old, like historical type books where back in the day, they used to eat duck more often than we do today. And so I found a book from the library that had a recipe for how they used to cook it back in the day. And so I love to cook. I love to cook. But when you're on carnivore, it's so simple, so very simple, and so fast that you really don't get that whole, you know, cooking for hours vibe, right? Okay. So that's down in the skillet. It's on about medium. I would say it's on medium. And we're going to let that cook. I'm going to set a timer here I'm going to give it 3 minutes. And then in the meantime, I'm going to show you guys my my lard that I made, which is in the refrigerator. So I couldn't believe how clean this lard came out. Absolutely. I was pretty impressed. I'm keeping it in the refrigerator, but it doesn't really need to be refrigerated. I just need to put it in a jar and seal it up. All right. So this is bacon grease. Look at this. This is bacon grease that I cleaned until it has no smell. No smell, and it's just pure white. That's how it looks. And so I used that water method that I just told you guys about, and I cleaned this bacon grease, I don't know how many times, so many times. And then I ended up putting it in my in the freezer, and I had it in a bowl in the freezer for quite a while. When I took it out, and I cut it out of the bowl and left whatever was in the bottom of the bowl. And I wiped off whatever was, attached to this. And this is the lard that I made. It's so clean and pure. So this is how you can get your grease. I'll show you some that I just did regular. Oh, here. This is bacon grease, right? So look at the difference. These are both bacon grease. Can you believe that? This is just regular bacon grease that I've been pouring in a jar. And this is the bacon grease that I cleaned and made into lard. So you can really, really get this clean. You could use that for a variety of different applications. You can make soap out of it. You can make, you know, a variety of different things out of it. And so cleaning your grease can be very, very beneficial. I see some comments. Let's see what we got here. So Galen's saying that her husband grills most of the meat or in the air fryer. Yes, I use my air fryer quite a lot. This back here is my Ninja indoor grill, and I love that thing. It's very, very convenient. And then we got Lance here. Hey, Lance, that looks amazing. I just strain my bacon grease and use it to cook eggs and burgers. Purified bacon grease is lard. Exactly. It's a beautiful cooking medium. So this is something that, you know, I haven't found occasion to use it because, like I said, my daughter is living here. Let me flip my steak over. I'll show y'all what that looks like. Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. I'm going to do it for 2 minutes on the other side. Setting a timer here for 2 minutes. And yeah, so lard is a really great way of cooking. Bacon grease is amazing. So Lance is saying somehow lard was replaced with all those terrible veggie oils. Absolutely. Toxic, extremely, extremely toxic. The half-life on those is 7 years. So if you're eating toxic seed oils like vegetable oil, canola oil, soybean, safflower, sunflower, all those different seed oils, you're never going to get that out of your system. So I do not advise it. Certainly, you know, it's up to each person, but I don't want that 7-year half-life in my body. So somebody's complaining about the slaughterhouse, but I want you to think about this. Every time you harvest a field, you're killing, there's a massacre going on. A complete massacre is going on every time a field is harvested. So that's something that, you know, animals are, I love cows and pigs, chickens. I love all the animals, and I appreciate the life that they give for me to be able to have my body to be healthy and whole as it should be. And so I was very sick eating all those plants, and come to find out it was the plants that were doing me damage, where the meat is just making me whole. So I'm sorry that you feel that way, but it certainly is a slaughter, a massacre every time a field is harvested. So you got animals, you got bugs, and you've got rabbits and squirrels and all kinds of animals that are being destroyed when those fields are harvested. Okay, my steak is ready. I'm going to get a plate out of here so that we can put it on a plate. And I don't want to cook it no longer than that. This is my steak. Ooh-wee. She look good. She look good. Okay, so let me show you the whole shebang here, what we got. Thank you for being with me tonight as I wanted to just do a little cooking and eating some seafood. And so let me show you what we have here. Okay, so we've got pork rind panko crusted ocean perch. We've got sea scallops here. And then underneath the sea scallops, we've got some just naked fried ocean perch here. We got some fried shrimp, fried in butter. And then we have this beautiful ribeye that my sister gave me, and I appreciate her so much. Thank you so much, Kendra, for that beautiful steak. That's it. We made it through. We cooked the whole meal, and I'm looking forward to enjoying this. It's going to be really, really good. And all of the smells and everything will be out of the house. I'll make sure everything is cleaned up before my daughter gets back tomorrow night. And so, yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this cooking show. And I will be back next week. So I have a guest next week. Her name is Victoria, and her channel is called The Few Fellow Eczema Warriors. And her story is so similar to mine as far as eczema is concerned. So I'm super excited and looking forward to having a conversation with her. And Lance is saying that I have a couple of 1.5 ribeyes out shrimp. Oh, yeah, great idea. Definitely, Lance. And that sounds really good. Go ahead and get you some out and enjoy that. I do want to let you guys know that we are going to be having Impact Meetup and Eat Up with Carnivorous Grandma and Friends here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, Labor Day weekend. It's going to be September 5th, 2026. And it is a family affair. We're going to have Dr. Nelson, Dr. Kiltz, Nurse Laura's coming in. We have Ariana Heron, PAC, and then we got Carrie Mann and Emma Mann coming in, and we got Happy Sexy Health. We've got George and Lainey coming, and also we've got Rock and Coach Amy. And I'm hearing more and more influencers that are coming in to be a part of Impact Meetup and Eat Up with Carnivorous Grandma and Friends. You can find the link to purchase your tickets on my website, so please get your tickets, and I hope to see you here in Kalamazoo Labor Day weekend. Join me back here on Carnivorous Grandma Speaks for Hey Sister Girl on Monday night at 7:00 p.m. Eastern with my friend G Brown, the lifestyle changer. We're going to be talking about some good stuff this Monday night. So come and join us. I hope to see you there. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.